Hello, hello. So you've been told to spend hours a day on social media and create daily content, go into all the Facebook groups. And I know, you've been told this by so many people over and over again. And most people that you're seeing on social media marketing are telling you to grow your business this way. And shoot, if I'm being honest, 4 months ago, I would have told you this was a great strategy to grow your business. But 4 months ago, things were so much different for me. But now that I have no access to Facebook and Instagram, thanks to being hacked, I can truly now see how social media is a great way to nurture your prospects and your clients. But it's not really the be all tell all that I used to think it was for growing your business. So to give you a little bit of backstory to this, 4 months ago, my Facebook account or my Instagram account, I'm not even really sure which one, was hacked. And Facebook was kind enough to notify me and let me know that they were putting a pause on my account because somebody was breaking into my account, which I totally appreciate. But within a couple of hours of then, they decided to close my account for me and have me verify who I was, which in the beginning I was super appreciative about, but 4 months later, I still have no access to either of my accounts or anything that's tied to my Facebook account because I signed up for Instagram using my Facebook account as well as for several other different containers. I think my WhatsApp app and a couple other things were all connected to my Facebook account, and Facebook took it away from me, which is totally not cool for 4 months now. And I've had to readjust how I do things in my business. And how I was showing up. And though in the beginning it was very frustrating, I've honestly got to say now, 4 months later, that I'm so glad that this has happened to me and that I've been able to grow my business in exponential ways and that I hadn't spent as much time before. So I wanted to take today to share just a little bit with you guys about what I've learned over the past 4 months for how I've been marketing my business and how I've been able to grow it even without social media. So for those of you that are new here, my name is Darlene Holly, and I'm an online personal branding and business coach, and I focus on helping you grow your personal brand, make sure you have a strong client attraction marketing system, as well as a sales system to convert your client or your audience into clients. And I do a lot of that through storytelling, which I think is one of the most brilliant ways that you can show up and share your story online to stand out above all the competition. So today I'm diving into what I've learned since I changed my marketing game for social media. So like I said, before this, I used to go into Facebook groups and build relationships, and I was sharing content several times a week, not every single day like some people teach, but I had an online presence on both Facebook and Instagram. And those things were taken away. And so I changed my game. So here's a few tips that I wanted to share with you today for ways that you can market your business without using social media. So if you don't like social media, or if you've been looking at trying to find a new way to market yourself and put yourself out there, this episode is for you. So the first thing that I want to make note of is when I lost my accounts, I was so glad that I personally believe that every single business owner needs to have an email list. I teach this to my clients all the time that we don't own social media. And what happened to me over the past few months is great evidence or proof that you can lose your social media accounts in a heartbeat. And a lot of people grow their Facebook groups, their pages, and they rely only on that platform for nurturing and growing their audience. But had I done that and only had people in my Facebook group or on my page, I wouldn't have been able to get back in touch with anybody after I lost my accounts. So if you don't have an email list yet, this is a perfect time for you to go and set one up. I'm here to tell you that email marketing is still the king or the queen, and it's definitely not dead. So I highly, highly, highly encourage you to have an email list and stay in touch with those people. Be consistent at showing up in their email box so that they remember who you are. And like I said, I'm so glad that I had an email list, and I was able to still stay in touch with all of my prospects and my clients because I didn't just rely solely on social media for the visibility aspect of my business and for growing my business. I use social media more as a nurturing way, so that when somebody is already in my sphere of influence, I can nurture them through social media, but it wasn't a place that I was really list building at. So that was step one. Definitely have an email list. The second thing that I learned during this process is that I love SEO. It's the best place to find cold leads and bring them into your community so that you can nurture them. And I have found during this time that where before I was spending probably an hour a day on social media trying to build relationships, that I was able to focus that time and switch it and transition it to making sure that I was using keywords on a couple of different platforms. So I want to talk to you about a couple of different ways that I used SEO. So I've always been blogging, but I have been more intentional in making sure that I'm using keywords so that I'm able to be found quicker and easier on Google when people are looking for the type of work that I do. So I've upped my keyword optimization game, my search engine optimization, so that people can find me without going onto social media. I also have been spending more time over on Pinterest. And the potential on Pinterest has absolutely amazed me over the past 4 months. My views have gone up to, I think, like 51,000 people found me through Pinterest last month, where I was never building that much traction when it came to social media. So my blogs and my content are getting in front of more people, and people are starting to see my content more. Now, not all of those people necessarily went directly to my website, but my website clicks have gone up, I think, over 600% from what they used to be per month, just by using Pinterest to get my content out in front of more people. And then another way that I was able to grow my SEO over the past 4 months is through YouTube. So I'm live right now on YouTube. And before this all happened, I did not know that you could even go live on YouTube. I was doing Facebook Lives in my Facebook group and sometimes on my business page for Facebook and sometimes even on Instagram. But YouTube is an amazing platform for getting found by keywords as well. So since I've switched my game up and I'm now creating more YouTube live videos and I'm putting more content onto YouTube, more people have been able to find me that way. And podcasting has been another way that I've been able to get in front of more people, as well as I have a podcast, so I'm inviting guests into my community and they're helping share my episodes from our conversations, from sharing their story. And then I'm also putting myself out there and pitching to other people to be on their podcasts. And another way that I've been able to grow my audience is through guest features, where I'm submitting articles and content that I've written to other people to host on their website. So doing guest blogging. So those are a few different ways that I've been able to increase my SEO and have people finding me in ways at a greater level than I've ever been able to do before. And I honestly don't know that I would have spent this much time doing it had I not lost Facebook and Instagram. So even though it's been super inconvenient and I still to this day don't have my actual accounts back, I was able to set up another personal account on Facebook to connect with family and friends again, but I have no access to my Facebook group or my page. So this time shift over the past 4 months has allowed me to focus more on my SEO and get myself in positions where people can find me based off of the searches that they're looking for the work that I do. So if you haven't really looked at your SEO before, I definitely highly encourage you to take some time and look at blogging, Pinterest, YouTube, podcasting, and guest posts and features, and get your name out there in different ways and really pay attention to the words that you're using, the keywords that people are typing in, your ideal clients are typing in, I should say, so that they can find you. And then the third tip that I wanted to share with you guys based off of this learning experience is now that you've gotten all of these new leads, it's time to nurture them. So this is one area that I've always been really great in my business, and I work with my clients to make sure that they are consistently showing up for the people that are on their newsletter list. I highly encourage you to be very consistent with your newsletter list. And consistent looks different for everybody and depending on your industry. I personally email my newsletter list every single week. On Wednesdays, they can expect an email from me filled with valuable content that they can use to grow their business, so that if they're not ready yet to work with me, they're able to still learn from me, and they're able to take the tools and the tips and the tricks that I share with them each week to implement in their business. And then when they're ready, they know who to come to. When they're ready to grow their business or scale it to the next level, that's when they can come to me, and I can help them create a systematic plan for their business for how they're going to show up. So those are just some of the things that I've learned over the past 4 months. If you personally are ready to stop posting all over social media and finally scale your business to the next level, reach out to me and let me know, what are your goals when it comes to creating a plan that works specifically for you. I'll help you create a plan that will help you create the revenue that you need in your business in a way that makes it feel easy and in alignment with how you want to show up each day, so that you can grow a business that makes sense and feels good to you. So thank you so much for listening. I hope these tips over what I've learned over the past 4 months without using social media and how it's helped me grow my business. I'm honestly so thrilled that as much as it was a pain that I lost my social media accounts over the past few months, it's been such a blessing because I've been able to market my business in a whole entire new way. And I'm actually attracting more cold leads into my business every single day. Tons of people are going to my website that I probably wouldn't have had a chance to meet in person or on social media platforms. So definitely take some time from your schedule and learn how to grow your business without using social media. And if you have questions or comments, I would love to talk to you. You can head to my website, darleneholly.com, and send me a contact, or you can post below if you have anything that comes up for you. I'd love to help you see how you can use social media as a nurturing tool, but not as a way to grow your business, and definitely not a way to rely on for creating that consistent relationship. All right, well, have an amazing week, and I will see you guys next week for Tip Tuesday. Darlene Holly, online business coach. I will see you guys soon. Bye.